Welcome to the Sip and See podcast with
Nicky J.
and Rika Ray, a.k.a. The Wives Club, a.k.a. we're just out here trying to live our best life. Can we live? Please. So we are so thankful that we are here for our second episode of the Sip and See.
Yes. We are here, we're so thankful for the people that listened to our first episode, which was...
No nonsense in the 2019.
I don't know why I keep wanting to say 2018.
Get it right.
But, we're just thankful for the people that has listened to our first episode.
Yes.
We're grateful and we're thankful. We're thankful for the people that help us pick out our logo.
Our podcast cover, most definitely. So what we did was we reached out to some of our family on Facebook and just requested a little bit of assistance on trying to find the design. And we had 3 designs.
Yes.
The one that you see on the podcast now is the design that won. Yay!
Yeah. It's her design. So we did 3 different designs, like she said.
Yes.
So I picked out 2, and she picked out 1.
Yes.
So my design was a yellow design, which we want to thank the people. I'm going to personally thank the people that picked out my design, even though it wasn't chosen. We're gonna pick it later for something else.
Most definitely.
So the people that picked my design was my brother Greg, cousin Scooby, Latoya, Myra, Kim, Yeye, Tassa, and my mom, of course.
Thank you guys so much. And then for those that picked the current Sip and See, I want to thank Jane, Eric, cousin Eric, my cousin Angelette, Ronnie, Harrison, brother Rodell, Felicia, Paula, and Aunt Mary.
Okay.
So thank you guys so much for that.
I think it's a conspiracy, but we want to thank you guys.
And you can't get mad at people just because they passed by.
I'm just playing. It's just a joke.
So I'm thinking that there's some congratulations in order for you.
Oh, man. I'm so excited. So we started our podcast today a little bit later because I was watching my game. I'm a huge, huge, huge Saints fan.
Who that?
So the Saints won today. For you guys that don't know, we beat the Eagles today. So I had to say, for the Eagles fan, you have to go on and you have to, fly on back to Philly. I feel sorry for you guys, but you have to fly on back to Philly, and it's kind of bittersweet because my cousin, he's a big Cowboys fan, and I was rooting for him, and I had all this big ritual of what I wanted to do. I was going to put out all my Saints stuff, and I was going to put out all my candles and stuff like that. And then my cousin Rob, he sent me a picture of all his setup for his Cowboy stuff yesterday. And I told Rika, I said, hey, I'm not going to do my ritual because, hey, that was a little bad.
Doesn't look like it helped him at all. Them Dallas boys got whooped.
Okay, so I was a little cautious. So I just had my blankie and I had my beer holder, and my pajamas on. But, I think I'm thankful that my Saints pulled through today. Drew Brees, he be doing it, and I'm just thankful for my boys. They always pull through. Boy.
It seems like they be holding it. I don't know anything about football. I enjoy sometimes looking at the costumes. I don't even know if they're called costumes. I like the costumes. But, yeah, I could have sworn that you were a Dallas Cowboys fan at one time.
No, you couldn't have swore that.
Wait a minute. You did have a Dallas...
I had an Emmitt Smith, which Emmitt Smith is a legend.
Okay.
So, and it got stolen. So, anybody that know football know when you have an Emmitt Smith jersey, that's a legend. So I'm going to support Emmitt Smith. And it's just some people that have played football back in the day. I got my dad a Bo Jackson jersey. So you got to, for the people that's been around, Uncle Rosie played for the Rams. So you got to understand that you're going to support the people that has played before that's now. So it's not that you're that person or, a fan of that team. You're a fan of people who have played.
Okay.
But I'm a die-hard Saints fan.
Okay.
Period.
And this is a diehard Saints household because I don't want no problems. I just want peace in the household. And I'm just so thankful that you still got a voice after all that hooping and hollering that you did. Because I don't know. I just stay out of her way when it comes to watching the football. I might see some costumes that I like. I might put my little...
No, she like Odell Beckham.
Well, what's wrong with Odell?
Nothing's wrong with him. He's a good player.
Okay. I like him.
But you don't know nothing about football.
I don't. All I need to know is Odell Beckham Jr.
So moving right along.
Yeah.
So what else is going on in the new year that everybody's looking forward to?
We looking forward to them W-2s.
Oh, everybody look for them W-2.
Everybody's waiting for that check, refund check.
Isn't that something how the House made a vote that they're gonna release them checks?
Right.
But they didn't make a vote about opening that government, but they made a vote that they're gonna release them refunds.
That's interesting. Now, how do you do that? I mean, if the government shut down, we shut down. I hear that we got TSA workers at the airport that aren't getting paid, but they're still there and they're still being dedicated to our safety, right?
Yeah, but you got to think about it, though. If you shut down, people not getting their tax refund, it's going to be a national disaster. People going to be mad about them not getting the refunds.
Don't mess with my taxes, baby.
People look forward to January, February, March about them taxes. I mean, it's serious. I think it would have just been a national disaster. That's crazy. But people be trying to get them taxes. They look forward to that. Boy, they work hard for them taxes.
Exactly.
But it's sad that people are working hard right now and they're not even getting paid,
Right.
But we can open up before we can get refunds. So it's kind of conspiracy in that part,
Mm-hmm.
So what you think?
I feel that it's unfair that people are working and not getting paid. People work too hard, especially in the United States. Everything is high, rocket sky high, prices are high. People can't afford not to go. People are living paycheck to paycheck currently. So one paycheck can put somebody out on the street.
Exactly.
So I really don't think that's a fair thing to do, but it is what it is, and I'm not saying that in a way to say, oh well, but that's just the society that we're working in right now.
They even opened up for museums and stuff to be free for government workers that's not getting paid, so they can have something free to do on this weekend. And that was so sad that I saw that in an article, because they see that they're not getting paid, so they're just trying to make a way for them to be able to do something.
What I want to do is get my paycheck.
Okay, I put in the hours. I want to make sure that I'm getting paid.
Run me my money.
That part.
So yeah, that whole situation. I hope that the government, by the time we come back to you guys, that the government is back in order and everybody is working and getting paid for the work that they do for the government. Because personally, I don't think it's fair. I don't know. You think it's fair?
No, I don't think it's fair at all.
Yeah. So good luck on them tax refund checks. I know everybody's going to be out there shopping, and I can't wait when I get mine.
So what y'all think about this old R. Kelly deal, man?
Woo. That's what I think about it. I think it's a sad situation. I feel like we've known about R. Kelly for a long time, and we knew back then what he was doing. But now all of a sudden, it's hitting CNN. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's on Lifetime. But now that it's being aired in a different way due to the Me Too movement, it's on a bigger scale. But the sad thing is these victims have been crying out for years.
Right.
They've been crying out for years.
Yeah, like this girl, Sprinkle, what's her name?
Sparkle.
Oh, okay, well, whatever her name is. I just didn't understand how you get on here and you say that on the documentary I'm talking about.
It just aired last week, yeah.
You know, how she got on there and she was talking about her niece and how she brought her niece into to meet R. Kelly for the simple fact that she wanted him to do for her niece what he had did for her. But first of all, wasn't this after you found out about the Aaliyah? Why would you bring your niece in this situation? And with that, why would you sit there and come back in and you saw your niece and your niece told me, oh, he throwing a party for his kids. First of all, he ain't got no kids.
Right, and why are you throwing a party for kids?
Exactly.
We hear your music. It has nothing to do with the children. It is not PG.
But red flag, red flag, red flag.
Right.
You know, I'm sorry. I have nieces. Mm-hmm. And if I'd have walked in an environment where where I see my nieces and I've already heard stories about this guy doing something, I'm sorry. Me and my nieces, we about to roll out.
Right.
And then if I see something else, I don't care who get mad.
Yeah.
But we about to go.
Right.
And that part.
And so now you have people that are on two different sides when we should really be on the same side in regards to this. I understand, being a musician, I understand that, he's a great artist. He's a musical genius. That's great. But, sometimes we have to start looking at the mental of people, not just because you're just a great musician that you can get away with whatever you want to because you have all the money in the world. What about the victims,
Exactly, because you got to think about it. Look at R. Kelly's situation and look at these 70, 80-year-old women that Bill Cosby that mess with.
Wait. Are they 70 and 80? Are they 70? They were not 70 and 80.
Well, they about 70, 80 now, right? I'm just saying. But
I can't.
But look at it, and I'm not trying to make it a race thing, but you have to look at it like that. Had they been a different race,
right?
You know what I'm saying? I think that R. Kelly would have been locked up.
Yeah.
But it's sad that because of the race that they are, that R. Kelly is not behind bars. Bill in jail right now, can't even eat. You know what I'm saying? I think they taking his food. Po Bill, not saying Po Bill like that because both of them did something to people, and wrong is wrong, regardless of the fact. If you've done something wrong, you should be treated accordingly because it's not right. But two wrongs don't make a right.
You're right about
Treat
that.
everybody the same. Look at Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah.
If why he ain't behind bars? Why they keep doing motions after motions after motions? He needs to be behind bars or whatever the case may be. But now, after all these years, you want to put now do an investigation between R. Kelly and then even with the Aaliyah thing. But I think and I'm not sure, but at some point, where was your mom? Where was your dad? What did parents say? But money talk.
Yes, it does.
You know what I'm saying? But ain't that much money in the world.
It's almost like, you're putting your children up for sale just for the limelight. He had a lot of people work for him. Mm-hmm. And you hear about that. And we're going to say allegedly because, we see what's going on, but we have to allege that these things happen even though there's documents.
Yeah, but we don't know for sure, but it's just what you see.
Right.
But from the outside looking in, it don't look good for the home team.
Mm-mm. Oh no. And so what do you think about separating the man and his music? So can you sit there and still listen to R. Kelly music after knowing what he is being accused of?
Who saw 12 play? That's R. Kelly.
Oh, you know it, huh?
I'm just saying. But I'm just saying you listen to some R. Kelly had some jams. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he did.
But you think about it, the man is talented.
Super talented.
But you think about it, it's just so sad, you know, because you think about kids in their mental capacity, and people are like, okay, well, that's a good question. Can I continue to listen to and pay for something because it's already paid for?
Right.
But can I continue to listen to this man after I knew the background of what he's done? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't listen to CDs and stuff like that anyway, or those type of music anyway. But I'm just saying it might come across the radio. Do you still listen to it?
Do you turn it down?
Yeah, because you got to ask yourself, even when you hear about people that don't support, me personally, people that don't support gays or people that don't support things, I would literally turn my radio off. You know?
And you have?
And I have, because I just feel that it's personally not right. But is that right? You know? Because people have their own opinion.
Right.
You know, and that's one thing that I try not to do, is because just because you have your opinion, I don't want to voice my opinion or my judgment off on somebody else, because we live in a country where people have the right to have their own opinion and their own decision.
Yes.
You know, so I don't know, you know, just because of his choices, you don't want to bring that off on yourself or your values. It's just values and morals.
Well, I would personally say that I haven't listened to an R. Kelly song in I don't know how long.
I haven't either.
It's not on my playlist. I don't think I'm going to miss it. I mean, you know, you'll hear about it in passing. And, yeah, he has some great hits. But am I going to miss the music? Not so much, because you think about his hits were way back when. He's not really doing much now. But I just want to send out a prayer for the whole situation, you know, especially for the victims, and whatever he's going through, I pray that he gets the help that he needs, or, you know, they're being vindicated.
Yeah.
The victims are being vindicated.
Because victims become victims.
Yes.
Hurt people.
Exactly.
And so I think in some point in his life, he was hurt, and now he's hurting people.
Right.
You know, and that's a true statement, that sometimes instead of you getting help, you turn out to hurt other people.
Yes.
So hurt people do hurt other people without even realizing it.
Right.
You know, so you're right. Say a prayer, you know, for the people that have been hurt by him that are still healing, because I think that it is people that have genuinely been hurt by him that really realize now, man, what this man have done to me, and it's really affecting me in my adulthood.
In your adult life.
Because if you listen to some of the psychologists, they're like a child don't really start to really function what they're doing until a certain age.
Right.
So they don't realize it. You know, they think, okay, well, I'm dating this older guy. This older guy's doing this.
They're easy manipulated.
Yeah, because when you grow up or in high school, you're like, oh, well, I got this, you know, not me, you know, but I'm just saying you've seen younger girls date older guys, the drug dealers, the this and the that.
Right.
And it was just the new norm. You didn't look at it as rape or anything like that because it was the norm. But it really ain't the norm. That's not right.
It's not right.
You know?
It's not right. With that being said,
Yeah, you do.
there's a lot going on with that whole situation. So we will keep you up to date. And I'm sure a lot of people are already tuning in to what's going on with that. But let's get on a more lighter note.
Good news.
Good news. Okay, so let's talk about good news in regards to, I posted a Facebook video. I was eating some sardines. Now, what had happened was I was in Mississippi and Mom was buying some sardines. I like the sardines with the mustard on them. And some crackers, good old white crackers.
And I like the ones with chilies.
Okay. And I ate them. Probably a couple times while I was in Mississippi.
Because you don't realize your system in Mississippi is not going to be the same when you in California.
And what had happened was I ate those chilies on video, and my system wasn't having it at all. So I'm just gonna say I'm gonna leave the sardines alone from now on.
But you have to understand, when you go home to Mississippi, we eat a lot of things, and it's just like Rika Cajun pig feet. And I always say I don't understand where I got her from, y'all, because I promise you, I think that she is like hand-picked, made. She's from California, I promise you.
I am.
But you will really think that she's from Mississippi for some of the things that she eat. Sardines, that's a Mississippi thing.
Smoked
Pig feet,
oysters.
yes, but I can go to Mississippi and we eat sardines, pig feet, but she would not eat my pickled egg.
I'm not gonna eat any pickled eggs.
She would not eat my pickled pig feet.
No, ma'am.
But I love my pickled pig feet.
All right. Well, yeah. But I'll eat some chitlins, tear them up. Oh, wait. So when we first met, I didn't know anything about this. So Nicky J turned me on to the spaghetti and neck bones.
So she always had me cook that if she can now.
Spaghetti and neck bones, that was really good. But I think it's just delicacies that they have in the South that people on the West Coast we ain't gonna eat that.
Yeah, I think your stomachs is different when you go home.
Stomachs are different.
I don't know why. It's like when you set in the South, you can eat things. But when you set back to the West like, no ma'am.
I'm telling you, I'm messing with them sardines. I'm home. I'll wait till I go back to Mississippi because that is not going to happen at all.
She be trying stuff, and her body be trying her when she come back. Her body be like, no, ma'am.
No, ma'am. So, yeah, that was an interesting situation. But between the food that we eat, I love like a good old crab boil.
Oh, yeah. But I found the new way. I'm going to start doing it in, like, steaming it in the fall.
Okay.
In the oven.
All right.
Because we did it when we got home.
Yes.
Well, I did a shrimp boil when we was home in Mississippi. I should have posted the video on my Instagram.
Yeah.
Because one of the shrimp got away and that water was too hot. Ooh. But, we do it differently in Mississippi because we go out and we get the propane tank and we cook everything outside. But people on the West Coast in California, they're not used to that. They look at you like you're crazy.
Right.
That part.
Go fry some chicken outside with the propane in California.
Some people get it.
Some people don't.
That part.
Right.
But it's good.
Yeah. So I think you need to give people, don't give your special recipes away, but just let people know what you're eating and what you're cooking and all that stuff. And
I love to cook.
Yeah.
That's one thing that when Greg come to California that we love to do. One of the last time he came when you were sick, he made his smoked Gouda grits and he gave me the recipe.
Ooh-wee.
Oh my God.
Ooh-wee.
But he made his smoked Gouda grits and I made my, don't nobody make catfish like I do.
You better say that.
And so I made my fried catfish. And baby, when we sat here and ate smoked Gouda grits and catfish, people in California would want us to open up a restaurant and we would sell out.
I don't know why you don't do it.
No.
Why?
I fix your plate though.
Okay, everybody out there, I think we need to get Nicky J in a restaurant and start catering for people. So, yeah, put her on the prayer list for that, please.
No, I fix you a plate. If you want a dish, I fix you a plate. But I'm not getting in nobody's restaurant.
No?
No.
Not even if you had your own restaurant?
Yeah,
you,
but I do a food truck or something, but I'm not going to nobody's restaurant.
oh, okay. Well, I mean, if you were going into business for yourself, you would do it.
But nobody else restaurant.
Okay.
Because you got to think about it. If you go out to restaurants now, people don't take care in cooking your food the way you want it.
Say that.
You know, it just ain't normal the way people do your food.
That's why we usually eat at home now.
Yeah,
You
because
cook.
because people are they just don't care. I mean, and I'm picky when it comes to my food, you know,
Child.
because people just they don't care no more. You know, it used to be when you go out to eat, people would take their time and, you know, but people just, I give an example. The other day I went to Popeyes and the guy, they had ran out of the Cajun rice in the pan. He just laid the scoop on the counter.
What?
And I was like, sir, that's not sanitized. And I told the manager, I said, I don't think that's sanitized. And I told other people that was in line. They saw nothing wrong with that. First of all, and y'all wondering why your stomachs and everything is not right.
You catching the salmonella.
Yeah. But you wondering why you sick all the time and all this stuff because people are not clean and they don't care about you getting sick with your food and stuff. They don't care.
Yeah. Well, I thank you for preparing the meals here. Majority of the time, Nikki's doing the cooking
Because I love it.
because she loves it, and I loves to eat. So yeah, let's talk about family for a little bit.
Yeah. One thing about our family is when we got married, you don't find where both of your families just meet in like a lesbian, gay family. Oftentimes, you don't find where mom and dad and stuff like that. Somebody's not in agreement.
Right.
But at our wedding, you had both moms, you had both dad,
Yes.
and they clicked, y'all. And it was the greatest feeling in the world.
And your dad walked you down the aisle?
Yes, I would have never thought that. You know, I would have never thought that my dad would have walked me down the aisle. But I think it was just my brother just saying, Dad, you're not going to walk Nicky down the aisle? And he said, yes. But when I wrote my dad an email and I had said, well, Dad, you know, because of my dad religious background and stuff, I was just like, I knew my dad, you know, possibly wasn't even going to come to my wedding. And my dad was like, I love you, you know, and it changed our whole relationship. And it was the greatest feeling in the world to just have my dad at my wedding.
Yes.
But to walk me down the aisle. And, you know, you don't get that, especially being from the South. You know, that's a whole, and I grew up Southern Baptist.
Southern Baptist.
You know, where you sit in the church and they talk about your sexuality and you going to hell and you're going to bust the gates of hell wide open, you know, but to have both of your parents there and, you know, it's just so special.
Yeah.
You know, and one thing about my mom, I just take my hat off to my mom because my mom would tell you, if you don't accept my daughters, you know, it's a problem. You know,
She ride or die, baby.
yeah, she'll walk. You know, you go to church and you say something about her daughter, she gonna point it out.
Yep.
You know, she's the biggest gay advocate. You know, and it hadn't always been that way, but you know, and it's just a conversation where I had with Mom. I said, you have a personal relationship with God, you have that personal relationship with Jesus, and you tell me what He tell you. And she said, Jesus is love. You know. And that's so special to me that she gets it,
Yes.
and she's our biggest advocate.
Yes.
You know, and that's just so special where you don't get that often. You know, kind of, you know, and I'm just so thankful. You know.
Yeah, I think about that too. It was just such a good time that we had, you know, before the wedding, after the wedding, when they were downstairs partying at the little club. You know, we're looking for our parents. You know, it's our wedding night, but we looking for our parents, and they out there having a great time. Next day we got up, we went to the casino, we had a buffet, and it was just a blessing that everybody could meet at that time. And my mom and your mom used to always talk on the phone. They had nicknames for each other.
Yeah.
My mom called your mom Missy, and your mom called my mom Fancy.
Yeah.
So it was just like one of those things that just you don't see often, but when you do see it, you embrace it and you appreciate it, you
Yeah.
know. And Nikki and my mom had their own relationship. I think the funniest thing I remember is they really found out who they were in a relationship over a Uno game, baby. Over a Uno game. So, Nikki's playing and my mom's telling Nikki that she's cheating at this point.
Mom was cheating. God rest her soul that she don't come down and get me today, but she cheated.
Well, you got up and walked out.
I was
and
mad.
slammed the door. And my mom said, "You mad? Nikki, are you mad?" And that's the funny thing about my mom. I feel like if you can stand up to her, or you could just be yourself around her, that's when she loved you the most.
Yes.
If she knew that you were kind of putting on an act,
She'll run over you.
she would run you down. So they built their own personal relationship from that. And I remember when you were on the ship out to sea, and your mom used to always call me.
Yes.
And when I didn't answer the phone because she hadn't heard from you, what did she say she was going to, what is it?
She was going to call Red Cross.
Oh, my God. So I'm just thankful for family. I'm also thankful for my aunts and my Aunt Mary. And I posted something on Instagram the other day just talking about, we get ourselves all worked up over things. We stress out about things. People don't like us. We don't want to, rub somebody the wrong way. We're so worried about things in life. And my aunt would tell me, choose your battles. Mm-hmm. Pick your battles. Because sometimes it's not even worth it to get yourself all worked up.
Yeah.
Let God handle it. So important just to pick and choose your battles. I'm thankful for my wife because she has always been so gung-ho for family. She has a big family, and I'm just thankful that I was able to see how much family matters in our lives.
Anybody that know me, I'm a stickler for family.
Yeah.
I've always been that way. I'm going to always be that way. I love my family like I love just anything, and I don't know. Like, one thing about me is my grandfather always taught me that. He loved his family, and I just love my family. I could be sitting here and I'm just like, man, I got to call my family. I just got to check on this person. I got to check on that person, And it's just, I'm really big on family. I thank God that I found that me and my brother, my oldest brother, we have a relationship that's just mashes now, and it took me a while to get through his head, but we have such a unique relationship that, just to have that big brother feeling, it's just, he picks at me all the time. He's like, "What you want, girl?" And I'm like, "Nothing. What you want?" And so it's just a really, really good feeling to have, And so Rika always pick at me like, with my mom, I literally, you hear about mama's boys and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But being the only child, I literally talk to my mom 12, 13 times a day, because we just always have had that relationship, because growing up, it's always just been me and my mom.
Right.
So I've had my dad in my life, but not more recently now, but it's just always been me and my mom. Mm-hmm. So it's a unique relationship. I'm just a big person on family. So people might get on my nerve with, "Dang, Nikki texting again, Nikki doing this." But that's just who I am. And I always tell Rika, I say, you always have to check on your family. You always have to be this person. You always have to be that person, because family is the most important thing. So I always say to people, no matter what you do in your life, if you have an argument with this person, you have an argument or disagreement with your family, is it that serious?
Right, that you can't just get over it and move on through your life.
Because you never want to, I always tell Rika, you never want to have any regrets.
I get
You
that.
never want something
I
to
get it
happen. You never want something to happen to that person. And you can't say, I'm sorry, I forgive you,
Right.
or I should have did this, I could have did that differently,
Yeah.
or I could have fixed that. You never want regrets when it comes to family. You know what I'm saying? It's just you never want regrets. You always want to be able to lay your head on your pillow at night and say, I did everything I could have did as far as my family. And the family get hard sometimes. Don't get me
Baby,
wrong.
you better say that.
You know, but at the same time, you love them.
Love on them.
And yeah. You know, when I go home, Rika always laugh at me. She's like, baby, you never rest. And I said, well, I try to do everything I can because I don't get a chance to see my family that much.
Yeah.
You know. And
I get it. Because sometimes I'm like, oh, babe, you're going to get home, you're going to get tired, and you're going to be wore out. But I get it. You don't see your family a lot. You know, when you don't see your family a lot, you want to just, like I said, you want to love on them. Mm-hmm. And it's okay to love on them.
Yeah.
You know, the holidays come around. That's majority of the time that we get to go to Mississippi.
Yeah.
Or, if something happens. But, you just want to take that time just to appreciate the people that are there.
That's important to you.
Yep.
And one of the greatest things when I first came to San Diego, and when I first had the opportunity to come to San Diego, I didn't know I had nieces. Mm-hmm. And they said, well, I was stationed in Japan. They said, you have orders to San Diego. And I said, oh. And I think I had talked to my dad or my brother or somebody, and they said, well, your nieces is in San Diego. I said, I got to go there.
Wow.
I had never met them. This was in 2005. I've been here ever since. Man, that was the greatest feeling of my life to meet my nieces. The day I got to San Diego, I never forget it. My nieces, their mom, met me at the front gate.
Oh, that's cool.
Man, I never forget that feeling. They'll never know how much that meant to me. You know, just to be around them, to get a chance to meet them. My nieces is my prized possession, and I love them to death. You know, and I might not get a chance to see them as much as I would like to, but I love my nieces. You know, beyond. You know, and I'm so proud of them. You know, I'm so proud of the women they have become.
Yes.
You know, just the things that they're doing. I always brag on them. You know, and I just love them. And you know, when I lost my aunt, you know, Cece, she called and, you know, she just made me feel so special with something that she did. And I was just like, wow, you never know that your family's thinking about you the way that they do.
They holding you up.
They holding you up. You know,
Holding
her and
you
my
up.
brother, they really held me up in the situation. And we got a chance to go to Virginia. I said I'd never go back to Virginia. You know, and Shatan, we got a chance to visit our cousin Shatan.
Because she was sick at the time.
Yeah, and
she was healing.
And Shatan, she called us and she said, well, you know, you was there for us, but we didn't do anything, you know, for we just wanted to be there for her because that's what you do. You be there for family,
and don't expect anything in return.
No, not at all. You know.
Nope.
And that's what it's about. Being there for family in a time of need.
Yes.
And I just have to say this. You don't know, and I always tell Rika this, one thing about family, I don't know if you're hurting if you don't tell me.
So true.
You don't know if I'm hurting if I don't tell you.
Yep.
Communication is the key. You have to talk about it. But the greatest gift of all is family. Some of us can choose our family, and some of us choose our family, some of us don't. But, you know, one thing about gay families is our families, some families don't accept our lifestyles and stuff like that. But one thing about us, we have a great family that love us for who we are.
Yes.
That's the greatest gift of it all. But one thing about in the gay community is we build family.
Yes.
And it's the greatest feeling too.
It's important because sometimes I think that if those families weren't built, even though you hear about the statistics of gay and lesbian people committing suicide,
Yeah.
because they don't have that support system. But thankful that you're able to create that support system.
Yeah.
You know, and have somebody to lean on in your time of need. And it is so important. Sometimes you feel like you're out there by yourself and you're doing things on your own and things are just getting so hard. But you don't realize, if you don't, like you said, if you don't talk about it,
You don't
nobody
know.
else knows what you're going through.
You have
know?
to communicate.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing. And that's why I always tell Rika, we've been together long enough where she be like, I be like, girl, I know there's something wrong with you.
You'll be like, ain't nothing wrong. I'm good.
But you have to communicate.
I'm good.
But that's the thing, though. Family.
Yes.
You know, family.
Family matters.
Yes, it does.
All right. We just want to thank you guys again for being a part of the Sip and See podcast, episode 2. If you have suggestions for further shows, possibly want to be interviewed on our show, just leave a comment.
Yes, and that's one thing that we do. We are open-minded about things that we can change, but we are who we are.
Yes.
You know, and
Can't change that.
Can't change that.
Ain't gonna
and
happen.
one thing about it, that's what makes us unique.
Yes.
You know, is the fact that we like to just, like we said when we first did our first episode, we started doing a podcast because we just talk about stuff on a daily basis and we just want to bring it to light.
Yes.
So that's what we're doing. So we're always open for comments, questions, and whatever you guys want to hear, just let us know. And, you know,
We'll take it into consideration.
there you go.
We appreciate you guys. And I just pray and hope that you have a blessed week until we talk again. Sip and See podcast with
Nicky J.
and Rika Ray, a.k.a. The Wives Club. We are just trying to live our best lives. Can we live?
Please.
Peace.